The Italian stallion Riccardo Calafiori scored a wonderful goal to get us over the line, and we are still corner FC. So we won the game 1-0, and I thought overall, although some people said we didn't deserve to win the game, but this is football. I think that the goal itself showed strength. It showed that we are not pushovers that we have been perceived to be, and we scored a goal that an opposition team would normally have scored against us. So I think it's brilliant that we can score these type of goals. I think overall the referee had a very poor game. It felt like he gave so many fouls in Man United's favour. There were so many fouls against Arsenal players that he just let slide. For example, Mbeumo against Zubimendi, when he just whacks him across the face and the referee allows play on. And then the commentators are just saying that's strong hold-up play, or he's whacked him there. So the referee just felt like he just was just picking and choosing more in Man United's favour to give them an advantage. And I just think this whole thing about, especially when it's an early on in the game, that the referee is hesitant to call a foul or to book someone, because it sets the precedent and it may spoil the game. But if it's a legitimate foul, it doesn't matter if it's in the first 5 seconds or in the 50th minute. A foul is a foul, and the player should be given a yellow card, irrespective of what time it is. Man United had 61% of the possession, and because they are playing at home, I think that was a given that they would have a lot of the possession. I was a bit surprised with how much of the possession they had. In terms of shots on target, they had 7 shots on target. A lot of the shots were comfortable for Raya. I thought Raya had an outstanding game. He had a fantastic save in particular from Cunha, and I was surprised by how well Cunha played. I thought Mbeumo and Cunha stretched the play a lot. I think this was expected, but overall we defended really well, and Arteta has built such a strong foundation in terms of the goal, the defense, the defensive midfield. They were able to nullify that attack, and Man United did look quite dangerous at times. And as an Arsenal supporter, I felt like it was a tough watch. It was difficult to watch because we weren't creating opportunities from open play. I felt that there was enormous pressure on the players to perform. I think a lot of players went missing, and they didn't show the performance that we know that they can, or hope that they can. I thought Martinelli didn't really make an impact. He had a good opportunity with a scissor kick with a ball that came into the area, but he mistimed it. I thought Saka did the best that he could. It feels like he is still trying to regain fitness after his injury, and he was off for such a long time. So it feels like he was more effective when he drifted into the middle. He had a shot on target that I remember, and De Ligt made a really good block on his shot. I thought Gyökeres tried his best. I thought at times our players weren't finding him. I think Odegaard was holding onto the ball for too long rather than trying to find him and put a ball in quickly that he can attack. I think this is due to just our style of play, where it's a slow build-up and looking for the logical pass, and playing a quick pass may mean that the ball can be intercepted and we can have a quick turnover. So the transitions were very slow, and especially for Gyökeres, I'm sure you've watched lots of highlight reels of Gyökeres, and you can see that his strength is in transition, when he's fed fast balls for passes for him to attack and to get a shot off. But here it felt that the players, Odegaard, Rice, were hesitant to get the pass into him, even if there's a chance that the defender will intercept the ball or win the ball back. But we have these players like Rice, like Zubimendi, who can counter that turnover. And because we have players forward already, we can then feed the ball into them. We can create a bit of chaos. I think what Arsenal lack is that chaos factor. And I think that's one of the reasons that we bought Madueke, and I'll come to him in a bit. But going through the team, I thought Odegaard got into some good positions. He had a shot, I remember, but there wasn't a lot of power behind the shot. I don't know what's happened to his power, because we know that he has a powerful shot when he chooses to. So I don't know if it's injury or if it's fitness. Declan Rice played his heart out as always. You could see that he was running out of steam towards the end. So it may be a fitness issue. I thought Zubimendi played fine. He patrolled the area, and I felt safe when he had the ball. There were no issues. Calafiori, the Italian stallion, got the ball. I thought that he did well in attack, and he gives us this option of overlapping, and we know that he can strike the ball well with his goals against Manchester City, for example. So he plays in a direct way, which is something I really like, and he really engages in his duels. Ben White, I thought, was really good. I have a soft spot for Ben White because I think just the way that he plays the game, and I think that the way that he just threw Cucurella to the floor in a game last season was just one of the highlights of the season. So I think and also he's a good defender. He has a nice balance with Saka and making those occasional overlapping runs to confuse the defenders. I thought Gabriel and Saliba were solid as usual. It's always nice to see Saliba turn on the afterburners and just see him just turn on that turbo and sprint. There was a moment when he caught up to Cunha and he forced Cunha to rush the shot, and then the ball just trickled hopelessly and weakly towards Raya. Raya, man of the match, I thought he did fantastically well. It is always a bit of a shame when you think that the goalkeeper is the man of the match, but he did really well. How do you feel about Gyökeres? I've got him in my fantasy football team. I was a bit hesitant about putting him in because I thought he would have competition from Havertz, but he didn't have any shots, and it's a bit worrying, to be honest. So at this moment, we just have to have hope that either we change our style of play faster to suit him, or that he goes over to the left wing to get some more space, to then drive into the box to link up with other players. I thought Havertz did a decent job when he came on. It felt like he was pressing the United defenders more than Gyökeres. At times I had flashbacks of Nketiah when I was seeing Gyökeres jog around slowly, because we want to see our players hounding the opposition. But then you have to understand that Gyökeres is saving his energy for those powerful sprints, and that's where he can do the most damage. But then it's up to our midfield and our wingers to feed him the ball. Even if you think it's a 50-50, let him fight for those opportunities. That's where his strength is. So against average defenders, he has more than a 50-50 chance to win that ball and power through and get a shot on goal. I thought Madueke coming on was nice to see. It felt like he had a good preseason. He had a good opportunity with the ball coming into the box from Saka, and I'm not sure what he actually did or what part of the body made contact with the ball. It felt like he just closed his eyes and just tried to get anything on the ball, and the ball ended up spinning behind him, which was a bit strange. So I feel that we need to see more of him. We need to see more direct play. I thought Timber, Miles did really well coming on, considering that it was late on in the game. Michael Merino coming on. It's a bit strange. I'm with Merino. If he's coming on in midfield, it does make me feel a bit worried because of his lack of pace. He can get turned quickly, and he's going to make a last ditch tackle, which is going to get him booked. It's similar to Jorginho. If he gets turned, he's not going to catch the player and he's going to take a booking. As a striker, I think he is good. He knows where the goal is and he gets shots off. And I think that's an important thing about the team. There weren't enough shots. I thought United's keeper was there for the taking. I thought we needed to put him under pressure. It didn't have to be a fantastic shot. Just try and force him to make saves and then hunt for the rebounds. And the more that you are peppering the goal, the more that you can force chances. You could force a deflected own goal. You can put them under pressure. But I know with Arteta's style of play, it's more about control and being risk averse and just trying to control the game and not leave yourself too open. So I think the next game against Leeds at home will be interesting to see. I think that he will probably stick to the same lineup. If he is anything to go by with his past decisions, he will stick with the same lineup, try to build up some consistency. I would love to see Madueke with Gyökeres, purely for the fact that we've seen Madueke put in low crosses that Gyökeres can thrive on. And we've seen him do this in pre-season, even if it's on his left foot, just putting it in and being much more direct. I think with Martinelli, he takes too long on the ball, although he has really good defensive qualities. So I feel that Martinelli will come in for the Liverpool game just to help with that defensive work that he will have to do. But against Leeds, give Madueke a run out, let him play with Gyökeres, and then you can bring on Havertz, hopefully after we have a 1 or 2 goal lead. What's your prediction for the Leeds game? I am going for a 2-0. I think Gyökeres will get off the mark. I also think Rice will be involved with his marauding runs and getting in amongst it, either if it's from a free kick or in open play. So I'm going for a hopeful 2-0 win. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think the score will be against Leeds? So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.